Hello and welcome to Launerin's Gamer Score and welcome to Frostpunk. This is a new game for the PS4 and it's been out for a while on PC if memory serves, and I think it's also available on other consoles as well. Essentially it's an RTS, so it's a real-time strategy game where you have to build your base and deal with the needs of your civilization, all set in kind of a post-apocalyptic steampunk kind of era, but it's all frosty. So let's just jump right in and take a look at this one.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all.
So basically, everything went all frozen all of a sudden. You don't really know why. And now you've travelled north, which doesn't really make much sense to me because it's usually if you head north it gets colder because it's closer to the pole. But never mind. So in search of a generator, which you essentially find, and then that'll keep you warm in this cold post-apocalyptic world. So here is the generator. Okay, so you have to basically manage your population's needs, and you have a discontent and a hope meter down the bottom. So the angrier your citizens get, the higher your discontent bar, and the more hopeful they are is a good thing as well. Alright, so we need to start stockpiling coal, so that's coal there. Okay, I know how to move around. You don't need to interrupt me doing things. So you have limited amount of people, so you kind of assign a workforce to do something, and then you can actually see them to wander off into the snow to go and start work. So that's them starting to go and get some coal. We're also going to need other resources. So let's see, what else have we got around here? So there's some wooden crates we can harvest there as well, so we'll go and get some of those. And there's some steel there as well, so we'll go and harvest that. There's a few others dotted about as well, but for now we'll just concentrate on getting one of each of them. So at the top of the screen you can kind of see a few different icons saying how much of each material we've got. You can also click on the stockpiles and that'll tell you how much we have and how much is being produced per day by people collecting it. And then if you have a look at the generator, it tells you how much you're collecting per day and how much you're using per day as well. So we'll fire up the generator and get some heat into our little town. Okay, so at the moment we're basically using it about as fast as we're collecting it. So I'm going to just pop a few more workers to go and help out there. And then I think maybe just have a few more go over there, and then you can speed up the time, and that makes the game time go a little bit faster. Alright, so let's start just kind of housing our population. So we've got I think 50 or 60 oh no, 80 altogether, and I believe each of these tents houses 10, so we'll have to build some more shortly. But the weird thing about this game that I've found so far is it has a day and night cycle. So everything has a all the different jobs have a working schedule. So for example, collecting coal is only done from 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, and then when it comes to 6 o'clock they will stop collecting coal and return to their homes. However, obviously the generator will continue burning, which means that if you haven't got enough coal stockpiled, then the generator will keep burning it, you'll run out, and you will get, it will go cold and there'll be no heat to keep your population happy. They'll become unhappy, the discontent will go up, and they'll all die. However, if you push them to work loads and collect lots of coal and start pulling in different laws to make them work 24 hours a day, then they will also become unhappy and die through exhaustion. So you really have to start to you have to kind of juggle your morals slightly and decide which is the lesser of two evils. Like for example, some things will happen which will raise discontent, and then other things that will happen that will lower the hope that you have in your population. So if you've got quite low discontent, it might be worth just doing that option, just to so you don't lose hope too much. So the other thing about this is your buildings and stuff obviously get built by your population, but they can't be built while your population is working collecting resources and other things. So they only get built when you've got spare population that aren't doing anything. So basically at night. There we go, the Book of Laws. This is basically where you can start off your emergency shifts and things like that, and do 24-hour working basically. So you basically introduce the law, and then that makes that law available to you, and then you can activate that by going to a resource and activating the emergency shift, but that will raise discontent, which you want to keep as low as possible ideally. Right, so we'll build a few more tents because we've got people unhoused, so we can build Okay, so okay, I'm going to send the engineers out to start collecting wood with the others. Right, so there's not much I can do now. See in the bottom left where it's telling me that I need to stockpile coal, you can see it getting used up rather than being stockpiled, because there is obviously nobody working collecting coal at the moment. There we go, that's the daytime over, and there's everybody off to work.
Work time. Get back to work.
I really do like this system. Okay, so we need to start thinking about food and things now as well.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Okay. So now I'm having to make sure that my population has food, so I'm building a hunter's hut and a cookhouse, which will make sure that my population has food. Occasionally you get these little symbols pop up as well, which is notifications from your population. And this is them asking me if we can put the children to work, doing work as well. So so basically, some of the laws that you can research, as it were, you can have two options. So you can introduce child labour, but they'll be doing safe jobs, so it's kind of okay, but not brilliant, but it will help with production. Or you can introduce child shelters, so that none of the children work, but they are nice and safe, and you can feel good about yourselves. Unfortunately, I can't actually activate either of these just yet, because I've got to wait a whole 24 hours before I can activate another one, since my last one that I activated, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just have a quick look. No, we can introduce child labour. There we go. There we go. Yep, I can provide shelter. That is not a problem. Let's do that now. Okay, so these houses at the back here aren't adjacent to a street, so you need to make sure that you're keeping your town all nicely joined up. But because of the radius of this in the middle, it means that these houses at the back aren't going to have quite as much heat as the ones closer to the generator, but that's okay, we can live with that for now. Okay. Right, so we need... I need more workers to go and get food. There we go. All 15 of those can go into there, and then the cookhouse, they can have the children working in there, and that won't be a problem. There we go. Right, so I've got 2 people that are starting to get ill, so I need to make sure that I build medical facilities as well, which I need more wood for, which is this over here, which I've got people harvesting there. I also need to build a workshop, because then I can build a beacon and start to explore the world a little bit more, and send out a scouting party to go and try and find more people to join my little civilization. So there we go. Don't know where these folk are off to. I do love, though, the kind of trails that are left in the snow from people walking through them. I do like that. That's a nice little added touch. Right, okay. So we'll speed up time a little bit, and we'll bring it back to the start of the work day. How are we doing stockpile wise? We've got plenty of space for everything, haven't we? Okay, so yeah, collect some more wood, and then we can build a medical facility, which is a building that'll they'll treat your population in there for various problems and issues. But what will also come into effect is that only engineers, essentially more skilled people, can work in there, which means if you've got engineers out in the field like I have at the moment, they'll need to come back in so that they can work in the medical post. Can I squeeze one in there? No? Okay, I will put it there slightly back a bit. Alright, okay, so we've got people going hungry because the children that I've got working in...
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Okay, so I need 80 per day. But I'm only producing 30 per day, so I need another cookhouse, basically. Whoa, when did... Right. So if I build another cookhouse, and then that should be plenty of food then. Oh, I've suddenly got... Why have I got so many workers available? Alright then. Okay, so need to build a workshop. There we go. So there we go. You have essentially your central column, and your town village will grow out from that gradually, and it'll grow into a nice circle. So you want to make sure that you're keeping tabs of how hot everything is everywhere. But yeah, that was and is Frostpunk. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, share and subscribe. Yeah, let's just treat the gravely ill, I guess. Right, so that's all from Launerin's Gamerscore this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.